at the book launch for the Spurs shirt. We're here with the creator, Simon Shakeshaft, or otherwise known as Shaky. You can see here the book. It looks absolutely marvellous. What was the idea behind creating this book? It's all about, obviously, the Spurs shirts through the ages and the history of the Spurs shirts. What made you came up with that idea?
It's a unique history of the football club, and it's a unique history of the football club that everyone can associate with. You know, you all remember a football shirt like a song, you know, a certain place in time, a certain player that wore it, a certain game, you know, a big moment, a disappointing moment. You always remember the colours, the shirt, the different games, and that's a unique history that football clubs are now starting to realise the significance of it and tapping into it. So with Darren Burney and Neville Evans, my two co-authors, they've amassed amazing Spurs shirt collections, and then we invited in a few others that could fill gaps, like you saw tonight, the Ricky Villa 1981 FA Cup final shirt. We had the 1981 Steve Perryman FA Cup final shirt from the first game, which was Colin Webb's. Ian Langley brought in the 81 FA Cup final, and then of course Liam Ridley supplied an amazing number of shirts as well for the book, and Liam has just been an absolute godsend for me, just because of his knowledge of the shirts as well. So it's a lot of hard work, but you know, you look at the final product and it's just, you know, awesome for me.
How long did it take for you to put this together, this whole book?
From start to finish, just over 2 years, 2.5 years probably, when we first started talking about it. We'd actually been talking about it a little bit longer with the publishers, but 2.5 years really start to finish. It was hopefully going to be out last year, but then I spoke to Daniel Levy and he just said, no, we'll delay the stadium until you get the book ready, and now and now we've overtaken the stadium. So
is it something you pitched to Spurs yourselves, and just something you wanted to create?
Well, actually, what happened was Spurs saw another book similar to this, and our publishers, Vision Sport, are the publishers for Spurs, the official publishers of the club, and they showed them another book, and they went, we want one of those. And straight away, as Darren, well, Neville Evans firstly, because I know Neville very well, and Neville said, I can introduce you to Darren Burney, and Darren, with the shirts together, they went, yeah, we can do this book, and the club went, right, brilliant. So they commissioned Vision Sport to do a Spurs shirt book, and the three of us got together, and it snowballed from there.
Well, I have to ask you the question, what's your favourite shirt?
Mine's quite easy, actually. When I had the privilege of speaking to, like I said, of some of the manufacturers, of the people involved with the manufacturing of the shirts, especially in the 70s and 80s, and Robbie Brightwell worked for Lecoq Sportif. Well, I loved Lecoq Sportif kits before I spoke to Robbie, and I fell in love with them even more after listening to the stories around the shirt. And so my favourite would be the 1982-83 centenary shirt, that first ever shadow stripe shirt that anyone ever produced. And I know the story of where it came from and how it was produced, and Robbie loved it. And yeah, so that would be my favourite. That whole set, the really, really rare yellow third shirt that no one even knew existed. So if you read the Wolverhampton Wanderers programme coming up over the Christmas period, there's a little feature in there on Glenn Hoddle's yellow third shirt from the Bristol Rovers game.
Well, let's have a little, if you open it up a bit and just see, the book looks absolutely incredible, with incredible detail of all the history of all the shirts, and you know all the evolution of all the Tottenham shirts as well. Do you want to let everyone know where they can purchase one?
Yeah, I mean, it's exclusively available through the club, so all the club retail outlets and on the online shop for Tottenham Hotspur. And yeah, and sales have been amazing. The response has been amazing off everybody. And there's my favourite. Okay, and it happens to be Steve Perryman, who was somebody who was fantastic for the book, really big supporter of the book. And then this is the rare yellow shirt I was talking about. So so many people didn't realise it even existed, and it's one of the rarest modern day Spurs shirts there is. But that whole set, you know, the light blue and the yellow and that centenary shirt, and that led on, of course, to the same style, but then the addition of Holston the year later, which I spoke to Mike Rollo at the club, who's the guy who introduced Holston as club sponsors.
It's a wonderful book. I will put a link in the description below if you want to get yourself a copy. We'll put a link in the description. You can go find it there. You're also on Twitter, I believe.
I am. The Spurs shirt is on Twitter, so give us a follow. It's at the Spurs shirt, and we do. We're at the moment we're running regular giveaway competitions for signed shirts or player shirts from last season. So give us a follow, and then we're going to do a bumper New Year competition to win a signed Alan Gilzine photograph, and a retro shirt, and a player shirt. So give us
guys, go get yourself a copy of this great, unbelievable book. We've got ourselves a copy. It looks absolutely fantastic. Cheers. Thanks a lot for inviting us down to the event. And we'll put the links in the description below if you want to go buy yourselves a copy. Nice one.